Well, happy December. It's your old pal Polly. And I am super duper happy about this month because look what I got to bust out. It's my wonderful Peanuts Gang Christmas mug with a lot of coffee in it, which is necessary for me to get going this Monday, as I'm sure it is necessary for a lot of people out there. So I had a really good Thanksgiving. I got to spend it at my in-laws' house. Oh, by the way, this look that I have working right now, this is called Monday Morning Holiday Food Hangover. That's what this is right here. Ain't it pretty? My scale was not happy, but I know a lot of that is water, a lot of that sodium. But anyway, I spent Thanksgiving with my in-laws, my husband's parents, and his brother and his sister-in-law. And we actually had such a nice time with everybody. There was a little interesting drama, but what Thanksgiving doesn't have drama? So, but it was fine. I had a plan. I went off plan a little bit because, it was Thanksgiving. But the one thing that I did stay true to was I allowed myself certain things. I avoided other things. I didn't have any mashed potatoes. I did have some of the green bean casserole that I made that was gluten-free, which turned out amazing. It was so delicious. I did have some of my sister-in-law's apple pie that had cranberries in it. So I guess I thought it looked like cherries. I don't know. But it's such a delicious pie. It's kind of her signature thing, I think, from now on. At least it needs to be. She's brought it the last couple times, and it's just been so good. And I, of course, had some of my sweet potato casserole because, you got to kind of have that. I didn't have any gravy. And I actually, the big off thing that I did was I had pumpkin pie. Oh, that was so good. Anyway, so there you go. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And now I'm ready to move into Christmas. So, I did promise that I would do a review of Swerve. And I am not being bribed or paid or blackmailed or anything in any way. I found this at our H-E-B here in San Antonio. I did find it by looking on their website, and they have a store location. You can just put in your zip code and it'll pop up with where it is. So if you're interested in trying it, be sure to do that. The thing that fascinates me about this product is it's granular, crunchy, like sugar. It was really hard to tell that this was not sugar, which is so bizarre. The only thing that made me think it's not sugar is it does have a slight cooling effect. If you've ever had Truvia, you may have noticed that I don't like Truvia in my coffee. It just, to me, gives it a strange texture almost. It's bizarre. But anyway, Swerve doesn't really do that as far as the cooling. But if you're using it, say, for a frosting, which I'll talk about that in a second, or you're using it where it's like maybe a sugar, you're going to notice like a sugar coating on a cookie or something. You'll know, which you shouldn't be in cookies. But you know what I'm saying. You'll notice that it's kind of a little bit cooly. Not bad though. It doesn't make me want to avoid it like Truvia does. or Truvia or whatever it is. Anyway, Swerve also comes in these handy packets. It is like sugar in the respect that if you put a teaspoon of sugar in your coffee, how sweet does that really get? Well, Swerve acts the same way. So you actually have to use like 2 packets of Swerve to get the same sweet that you would with 1 Splenda packet. So it's kind of, expensive. So I'm not sure about necessarily using it in coffee, but considering that really all I use Splenda for is coffee, I don't know. We'll see. I might switch because I'm not really a fan of Splenda. And the reason why is because Splenda is known, aside from, the obvious, Splenda is, it is known to raise your blood sugar. And for any of you out there that are diabetics or former type 2 diabetics like me, you're always going to have to watch how your body reacts to sugar. And while because I'm not type 2 diabetic anymore, I don't have to be as cautious. I still have to watch it. So with Swerve, it's kind of you don't have to worry about that because there's actually a 0 on the glycemic index. So that's pretty cool. Now, I didn't really want to go over 6 minutes, so we're going into 7 now. As far as the way Swerve sets up, I was really interested to see if it would work in a frosting, just a basic buttercream. Because I have people ask me all the time, because I bake a lot, how that would come out. And I don't like it in a plain American buttercream. However, I'm going to experiment using a cooked frosting like an Italian meringue or a Swiss meringue just to see, or even just a boiled icing, to see if those crystals break down like sugar and smooth out. Because if you just make an American buttercream, it's going to be gritty. But the taste is interesting because, you get a little bit of that cooling, but it tastes like sugar. It really does not taste off at all. It's interesting. So I have high hopes for it. I'm going to see what comes out in my holiday baking. I want to see if other people notice. That's usually a pretty good indicator. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to update a little bit more this week. I'm starting Turbo Jam today. So I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm excited. People are like, why are you nervous? Why are you nervous about an exercise thing? But I don't really exercise. I go on walks and, I do things like that. Everyday exercise. So that'll be interesting. And so I start that and I'm back on plan. And just going to stay that way until I guess we have some company. And then I got to plan out another interesting day. Anyway, so I hope you all have a great day. Go be awesome. Or something like that. Or don't be awesome. It's entirely up to you. Don't take my advice. So I'll see y'all later.